Hey guys, I'm back to show you another how-to video, and in this video I will be making a really easy toothpick shooter out of just a clothespin and like a handy tool like a pair of pliers and a knife. So all you really need is a clothespin, a small rubber band, and a pair of pliers and a knife or a small saw. Alright. So, first of all, this is what the whole contraption is going to look like towards the end. It's just going to be half of one side and the full part of the other side with a little modification and the spring that is on the clothes. Okay, to build this clothespin shooter, all you have to do is take this apart, which is simply done by pulling this side off and then pulling the spring off. And then what I like to do is just getting my pair of pliers out. This spring is a little like separated, so I just like to squeeze it. I don't really think it does anything special, but that's just my preference. Alright, so now it's like that. Okay, so what you want to do is, you see this part of the clothespin and this part of the clothespin. Typically it is like this with the spring in the middle, but what you want to do is take this part or this part and flip it so they're both facing each other flat, so it kind of looks like an arrow. And to make this top part, all you want to do is take your top part of your clothespin, doesn't matter which side, but whichever one you want to be the top, and you want to mark it in a place where you want to cut, and that place is right here. Right before this little divot in the thing. So what you want to do is take your knife or saw. I have a saw right here, a small one, and you just want to cut at it. So keep cutting, and then you'll end up with a piece that looks like this. See? It's just that much of it right there. So now that you have this piece and you have this long piece, this is where it gets really tedious. Alright, what you want to do is, you see at the bottom, right here in this little divot, which is where we cut the first piece, what you want to do is you want to dig into this so it creates an even deeper hole where your spring is going to rust, kind of like a trigger mechanism. So if this is original, this is what the second one looks like. As you can see, there's a much larger angle towards it. This one is rounder, while this one is more acute. And right here where it goes really deep in is where the spring is gonna stay. Okay, so what I suggest doing is just taking your saw and just like carving it out as much as possible, and this will take a little trial and error to get it perfectly, but like not too much. So just keep carving it, right, till you get it deep enough, and then you want to start cutting it. You want to start going like this, so you can get your you have these so now that you have these 4 pieces right here, you can start putting it together. So what you want to do is you want to take your bottom piece and your top piece and lay them so these two little things make a little rectangle, and then that is lined up. So there you want to take your rubber band. I would suggest like a small not too loose but not too thick one, that way it shoots the best. You want to take your small rubber band and loop it over these little divots right here. You want to loop it over once and then stretch it out and loop it over again. So now there's two, and then when you pull up on this top part, it'll snap. Alright, when you're done with that, you want to take your compressed spring, and to put this on, it's a little strange, but you want to take your spring like this, so your two little prong things are, and this spring part are going down. So it's like that. If this is the way you're going to hold it, it's like that. And you want to push it all the way back so it sits in your little divot that you digged out earlier. That's why you need to make it deep so that when you pull back on it, it doesn't. What you want to do is you take this top part, and as you can see, this prong is on top, and you want to pull this top part over your prong, and you'll hear it click a little bit like that. Whoops, like that. And then you want to just pull it back so it goes in the hole. That's the little rectangle. And then what you want to do is you can take your toothpick and just set it in there so it lines up before the prong, and just align it, do whatever you want. So here is a test shooting. What I did to make it shoot a little better is I cut off one of the pointy sides so that it's flat, so all you really have to do is just like break it, or just like cut it with a knife or something, so that this is flat, and it gives you a better surface area when you're shooting. So like I showed you, all you have to do is load it, cock it, and then